still have my reel on here. That's my Kuma reel. I do have a reel from James. We're going to get that to that in another video. It's a reel from Hooker's Terminal Tackle. That'll be in another video. But with this blank here, you're going to see in this video, I did take this rod out. I fished with it, caught some channel cats with it. It's at least going to give you some sort of action of this rod and what it looks like on water. So that's kind of where we're going to go with this. And then we're going to get back into talking about the rod. So watch this clip, guys. Check this clip out. Me and my buddy Mike, we was out over the weekend fishing. We caught a few fish, not a whole lot. It was a bad day. The lake was down 6 feet down, guys. So it made things kind of rough. But here's just some clips to look at of this rod right here in action. This rod from Hooker's Terminal Tackle, guys. Check it out. And it's going to be a while for this rod comes, before this is on the market, because like I said, he's trying to get this rod as best as he can get it with the input that he's going to get from people like myself and other people that do have one of these rods. So keep up with it, guys. It's going to be a great thing when it's done. Teeny, little feller. He ain't too little. How's it feel?
That's a nice one, really. All right.
There you go. Number 2, 3 or 4, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Nope, you keep coming straight to me. It's okay. Step on the side.
Step up on your line here.
Nope. You can come right under me and get on my side. Get on this side. You step back towards my chair. Step back towards my chair and I'll stand in front of you. He's with Kurt for me.
He's rolling. There we go, one in the boat.
Mike got him one. Mike got him one. Big old takedown.
Yeah. All right. Put him back.
Yep. Like it has no ratings or anything on it yet. That is yet to be determined. So James from Hooker's Terminal Tackle wants to be completely honest about this build. Like I said, it's not done yet, but things are being worked out to get this rod done. There's some things that are going to be added to make things better. So hopefully this goes the complete right way, because James has a good heart in mind when giving you a good rod. So it's not just throwing rods together and put them out there, okay? He's trying to think of ways to make this rod as perfect as it can get for action, durability, whatever. So like I said, old James got a big heart, so he wants to give you the best that he can in his store. When you go to his store, his website or whatever, you can get rods, hooks, reels, whatever the case is, all in one stop. So whatever you want to do, guys, but I'm gonna show you this rod. Okay guys, if you're a person that's searching out rods or whatever, this rod is not on the market yet, but from Hooker's Terminal Tackle, James Arwood is putting together a rod. This is a prototype here. Now the main part of this rod is going to be the blank and whatever, but there's still some tweaks and things that are going to be done with this rod. But I just wanted to show you guys. Now I'm going to show you some testing on this blank. And it's not about trying to break a rod. It's not trying to slam them in the door. It's not trying to pick up a car with them. All that is, to me, is nonsense. I mean, of course, we want a rod to be strong and not break, but let's get to the realistic parts of a rod. The most important thing to a rod to me is the action of a rod. Now, to help you see the action of a rod, maybe to compare to maybe rods that you already have or whatever, I'm going to do it's a water bottle test. And we're going to start low and work our way up. First off, this rod is on a complete horizontal setting. It's braced up here and tied. It's in a rod holder stuck to the wall, but I got a strap up here to hold at the foregrip of this rod completely horizontal. No matter what you do back here, that's going to stay in one place. See that? That's going to stay in one place. But that's not my point. My point is to show you that it is going to stay in one place. So all the action that you're going to see is going to be from the foregrip of this rod to the tip. To me, that's going to be the important thing. Everybody shows a lot of rods, but I like to focus on action. If you're a person that likes to blue catfish, channel catfish, flathead fish, this is going to be important for you. So keep an eye on this rod. Things are only going to get better with this rod as things are worked out and thought through on the build of this rod, but the basic prototype of this rod is already here. So something I wanted to show you. So, okay guys, to start off with, we're gonna just put an empty 5-gallon bucket on this rod. That's gonna be just a tad over 2 pounds. It's like 2.2 pounds. So, and that means a lot. It's just a 5-gallon bucket, but 2 pounds can tell you a lot about a blank of a rod. So I'm gonna just show you real quick. So right there is, might as well say 2 pounds, okay? So that's where we're at on that. So what we're gonna do, let's put the scale up for right now. Let's hang this bucket up here. 2 pounds. Now, 2 pounds kind of shows you the sensitivity or whatever that's into this rod. Now, this rod might be considered a medium heavy, up on the heavier side of medium heavy, if that's how you want to look at it. But so that's 2 pounds on the end of that rod. You can compare this to any rod you got in your house, and you can kind of see where you're at. So we're going to add a water bottle, and the water bottle is around 1 pound, and that's going to kind of show you. We're going to add them a little bit at a time until we get to where this rod is buried down. I'm showing you this because I want to demonstrate the action of this rod. to me, again, that's the most important. Now this whole rod did kind of lean down, but the beauty of this rod is that once it starts picking up this backbone, it's going to get harder and harder and harder to pull down. That means a lot when you're fighting a fish. So let's keep going with this. So with that being said, that's 2 pounds. So that's basically going to be 3 pounds. Each water bottle is just a little bit over 1 pound. So there's a little bit over 3 pounds. There's 4 pounds. 5. 6. I need to roll up some slack here. There we go, that way we got more room. So that's roughly 6 pounds. 7. We're gonna weigh all this after I get done. There's 7 water bottles. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 water bottles and the 5-gallon bucket itself. So, like I said, this goes back to just demonstrating what this rod does being loaded up. As you can see, it gets harder and harder to pull down. And again, this up here is still at a horizontal setting to the front foregrip, okay? So the only thing that's working right now is the backbone and all through the blank of this rod. Now, we're not trying to break this rod. I'm demonstrating the action of this rod. If you want to compare it to any rod at the house, this is why I'm doing it with a 5-gallon bucket and water bottle, so you can compare it to any rod you got in your garage or whatever. This is an easy, as long as you got this horizontal, you can do the same comparison, okay? So there's another. That's pretty close to a full load on that rod. Let's put one more. Okay, so to me, that's a full load right there, guys. That's pretty much a full load right there, and I'm gonna pull this off right in front of you, show you the weight of it. And again, this is not about trying to break a rod. It's to totally demonstrate the action of this rod, the curvature of this rod, what the curve is. And actually, I'm gonna weigh this bucket when we're off, and that's actually gonna tell you a lot about the curve if you understand the curve of a rod. Okay, so let's take this bucket off. And let's see what this total weight is. I got the scale right here. My scale is pretty much on the money. So there's pounds. Right there's 11.6, guys, 11.6 pounds. Now, you could take that number 11.6 and do whatever you want with it. And again, it's locked out at 11.6 pounds. So you take that, do what you want to with it, figure out anything you want to, compare it to the rods you got at home. You saw it a little bit at a time, starting with basically 2 pounds and working our way down. So I don't want to get any deeper into that, but I am talking about this blank. Okay guys, here's something else I wanted to show you too. This is a reel from Hooker's Terminal Tackle. It would be what you call a Dynasty rod or Dynasty reel. Sorry if I said rod, but I'm in a reel. This is another one of those things that James has added to his line of stuff to bring you a one-stop shop from Hooker's Terminal Tackle. So I appreciate that a lot. So I'm gonna open this up. This boy is buried in this bag here. Let's get this bag open so we can look at it together. I just got this reel. So what you're getting ready to see is the first time me seeing it too. So I haven't even pulled this out, but it's a good looking reel actually. It's got a power handle on it. It's got the thumb release up here. Automatically kicks back in. I don't want to talk too much about this reel because I want to be able to run it first. Let's see what the clicker sounds like. Let's see what the clicker sounds like. If you like the bankfish, clickers is, for flathead, clickers is a pretty interesting thing to have. I like running clickers on the bank if I'm flathead fishing with live baits, sitting there by the fire or whatever you got going, chilling out, and clicker goes. So that's always exciting, makes your heart jump. So This is just a reel I wanted to show you. I'm not going to spend too much time on it until I run this reel, adjust it into some weight, get some casting done on it, get some fish reeled in on it. And this reel, I believe, is a 5-to-1 gear ratio. 5-to-1 is important if you're river fishing. Reeling it against current with a big old bait on there can wear you out. So you want something that's got a little bit of torque to it. And that's as far as I'm gonna go with this. Till I run this reel, I can't talk about it, but I can say it's a pretty reel. I did just put this reel on here, but we're gonna get to that later. That's gonna be a different video, but the reel is on here. I played with it in the garage a little bit. It's smooth. The drag is smooth. I like the settings on it. It's smooth. I did put some lifeline from Hooker's Terminal Tackle on it if you need line, but the line, the reel, or the line and the reel, you can get from Hooker's Terminal Tackle, guys. If you want some money off your total purchase, just use that code right there at checkout. Use that code right there, and you'll get some 10% off at your purchase or whatever. So, line, reel. I've been using this line for a while now. I like it. It's a good line. I now put dependence on it. So. There you go, guys.